All right, so the other day, I don't know if you guys heard the what was the name of that show that they just did?
Survivor
The
Series.
Survivor Series
Survivor
recap.
Series.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the Survivor Series post show. We were late due to a discrepancy in regards to who indeed was the true public enemy number one. Uh, this evening, we're just late because we on CP time, and I apologize. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? How y'all living? What's going down? Salute
Fuck
to
you,
everybody in the
AT&T.
chat. What's happening with y'all? You don't like AT&T, huh?
As you can see,
Not right now.
Okay. Well, tell me about it,
you
guys.
don't like AT&T.
Before we, you
don't like AT&T. Damn, bro. Damn, life sucks, huh? I can't relate. I can't relate.
Oh gosh.
Hey, bro. This
Bro.
nigga was.
Get stuck. He's gonna do the rest of the show like this.
This
I
nigga,
don't give a damn.
This nigga Ben got a lockout championship, nigga. You and your bubble championship, huh? Just like a Lakers fan running around with a bubble championship that you don't deserve.
I'm actually not mad at it. It's not a bad look. Yeah, it is what it is. But as
bro.
we are. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It counts.
I feel
It counts. Yeah, man.
Right,
stepping
man.
on the champ's toes, bro. Nah,
go ahead, host. Go ahead, champ. Kick it off, my guy. Like we always do at this time,
man.
Ladies and gentlemen, people with jobs, people without jobs, middle class, upper class, high class, all that, cats, snakes, chickens, ducks, elderly people, and twerkers, we present to you another episode of the Public Enemies Podcast. This is Pro Wrestling's Breakfast Club, episode 238, if I'm not mistaken, episode 238. We pulled up to talk some things into politic and parlay. Y'all talking about, of course, as y'all already know. If you don't know, and what Barbara say, if this is your first time hearing this, you are about to experience something so cold. I go by the name, oh my God, Graham. Jizzle's in the building. What's going on with you, Jizzle? How you feeling, my guy? What's up, brother?
Fuck AT&T and shout out to Ben JF for getting the championship that he don't deserve. But you know how that go out here.
It is what it is. That's what Jizzle says, man. And of course, one more time, once again, the public enemy number one. This guy right here took my championship and dusted my team in football. I won't say dusted, but you feel me? They got the Saturday night victory.
It was an interesting game.
Enemy number one, and then defeated my Packers on Sunday. The public enemy number one, the new public enemy number one. I could never do your intro justice, so salute to the professor. I'll go ahead and throw to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the straw that stirs the drink, the man that's on top. Everybody else is reaching for second place. He is the undisputed champion of the public enemy. Heel turn Hayden himself, the son of Mars, Ben Hayden.
Salute to my guy, man. What's going on, brother?
You see, it ain't Thanksgiving no more, but I am thankful. You see, I had a good 4-day weekend. I was off work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and blessings were bestowed on me. Like I said, became the champion, and then on Sunday, my boys won again, 10-1. You see, this is what happens when you live a life of greatness. This is what happens when you carry yourself like this. Great things will happen, and great things are happening to me, the champion of the show. So great things are gonna happen to this show by proxy. You know.
That I can have
Get the
this
show on the road.
moment for life. For life.
My celebration, but I guess. Yo, you muted. I don't know what he's.
Who can hear me? Ben, you don't deserve nothing.
I ain't it. Nah, bro. I fought for this championship.
You cried for this championship.
I fought in the face of doubt. Everybody is saying, "No, you didn't win." The official tweet went out on the page. No, Ben, you didn't win.
It was an accident.
Nah, bro.
My bad.
Nah, it's a conspiracy.
Once it goes out, that means it's official.
Conspiracy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like the referee's decision.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember?
Man, listen.
Nigga,
God
Al
don't like
get him the
ugly.
fuck out of here.
God don't like ugly.
Get him out of here.
God don't like evil. You feel me? So salute to Ben. He is the new public enemy #1, of course. You feel me? If you're not following us already on all social media platforms, follow us at The Enemies PE3. Please like and subscribe to the video. We'd appreciate it. Y'all talking about before we get into anything and before we go into any further, my apologies. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Salute to Amante. Salute to Sean in the chat. Salute to all the frenemies. Salute to Eddie. Salute to everybody that slide through. Salute to Smiley. Gang, gang, gang. You feel me? Gang, gang, gang. And speaking of gang, 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 as we mentioned last week, yes, indeed, next week for gang, you feel me? OTF, only the frenemies, you feel me? Patreon drops next week, December the 7th. So please stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous. More details soon come on the Patreon. Next week, December 7th, it will launch, you feel me? And please make sure you join us next week so we can talk about all of the great things that we have coming on the Patreon in a little bit further detail. But please, again, stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous. And if you haven't already, momandpops.bigcartel.com is where you can get the brand new Jacket for Beats Public Enemies logo t-shirt. It's on pre-sale right now. Please bear with us. You feel me? Like it says at the bottom of the screen, momandpops.bigcartel.com. It's Mom and Pops. You feel me? This is basically us starting our own small business, man. This is, you know the mom and pop shop down the street. You know the corner store. You feel me? You know, you go over there. You feel me? With Aki. You know what I'm saying? And get your y'all means. You feel me? I'm talking about, but yeah,
Yo, Poppy.
Tap in with the public enemies, man. We appreciate everybody that has purchased the shirt so far. It's like basically y'all invested in our own little startup. You feel me? So we appreciate it. Use promo code PE3 at checkout for $5 off of your purchase. That is momandpops.bigcartel.com. Get the shirt. It's up there. It's going Yankee. It's going crazy.
Put the code in. Save you some money on some backwoods. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. Backwood prices are out of control. Backwood prices are completely out of control, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Small package news. Impact just closed the deal with DAZN. Is it DAZN? 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 DAZN.
The Canelo Network. That's what I call it.
You feel me? Yeah, y'all talking about. So if you fuck with Impact, you already know what it is, man. More than 170 countries Impact is now available in. They always up and down with it, man. But Impact has that Matt Hardy never say die attitude. You feel me? They always gonna pull up with something new, something fresh, something sticky, something saucy. You know what I'm saying? And new deal on DAZN. You feel me? Make sure y'all stay tapped in and check that out. You feel me? Actually, before you say that, Ben, Impact actually just re-signed Tasha Steelz to a brand new multi-year deal. She just announced it earlier this week. She's sticking around. She's fucking with it. Impact keep putting on for Tasha Steelz. And Tasha Steelz, if you want that Tesla, I'm just saying, I'm still building it, baby. You feel me? We could do some things. Benjamin, I apologize. I stepped on you. What were you gonna say?
Nah, bro, do what you gotta do, bro.
Are you
I feel
excited about
like
Impact
they get
and the new
deals.
deal? Yeah.
No, I mean, yo, good for them and everything like that. But I feel like every now and again, they're like, yeah, man, we got this platform. We're available in however many countries, and then still nobody watches. So, God bless, though.
Gotta mess
Is
with the
there animal still
Fronto,
running the
baby. I
show?
feel you. What's that,
Is
Jizzle?
the
I
animal still there?
apologize.
Is it the animal still running the show over there?
I don't know. I guess so. He's on the poster. He's definitely on the poster. So I would assume so. I would definitely assume so. What's going on with the mayor of Knoxville, Glenn Jacobs, aka Hall of Famer Kane? Ben, I heard that there was some possible accusations.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation. And furthermore,
Nah, bro. I believe these accusations are true. A couple of days ago, the mayor of Knox County, Glenn Jacobs, aka Kane, was hit with a lawsuit. Some employees of Knox County accused him of taking liberties and having people pull up to his house and do work on his actual home for free, unpaid. They said that he was cursing them out, doing all types of crazy stuff. And I just got to say, this is way more evil than anything he's ever done. This takes it past the point of setting JR on fire, electrocuting Shane McMahon's balls. This is the most evil thing that he's ever done, man. You telling me you want me to work for what? For free?
this is bullshit.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Man. You see,
Like Elon Jacobs.
Undertaker should have, yeah, basically. Undertaker should have threw kerosene on your ass, man.
That's crazy, man. I don't know what's going on with that guy, man. Brain damage ever since the day I was born. Drugs is what they used to say I was on. They say I
Where's
never
Bianca?
knew where I was going. But everywhere I go, they keep playing my song, Brain Damage.
Brain damage.
That is a Slim
Save us,
Shady
Bianca.
record. Bianca, please save us. We have what's the Jericho code? Save.us.
Yes, save us, Bianca. Save us,
Please
EST.
save us, Bianca. You know what?
Save us, Derrick Henry.
You know what? That would be great. But you know, there's one other person that they keep asking to save us, and that is Sasha Banks. She posted a video this past weekend, a little "She's Coming" promo, announcing or stating that she had just recently completed 1 month living in Mexico. Bunch of training montage videos and all of that, you know what I'm saying? So I am personally a bit tired of the Banks watch. So whenever she pops up somewhere, somebody please let me know. She hashtagged AEW and WWE in the post, so everybody was like, oh, "Where's she go? Where's she gonna go? What's she gonna do?"
You niggas be drinking the Kool-Aid, blood.
Nah,
You knew
she,
exactly what she was doing.
Nah, she pulled up to the Heat Celtics game tonight. She's courtside right now. You want to keep up with where on the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yo, Prince Harry was there too. You know why the game was up.
That is super dope. Okay, we'll turn
Why
up
not?
one time.
Which one is Prince Harry? Is Prince Harry the one with the red hair?
No, it was the other Prince William. He was there.
He the one that. Okay. It's the one that
And
people don't like. Okay.
Bro, they chanted USA at that nigga. I was like, yo, straight up Boston. Shout out to Boston.
I have no idea which one of them niggas is which one of them niggas. If that makes any sense.
It don't matter. Sasha Banks was there. Shout out
That's
to
crazy.
Mercedes.
As somebody said in the chat, yes, indeed. Happy birthday to Naomi. She's just so beautiful and just so unproblematic and just be out the way and just minding her business, man. Like just turning up, man, and just looking fine and making money and just, I think that's great. That's just great. So salute to Naomi, salute to Sasha. Get your bags, get your chicken. What Marshawn say? Protect your heart, protect your chicken, protect your mind, whatever.
Protect your mentals.
I can't remember it right now. Protect your mentals, protect your chicken. There you go. There you go. You got it, my brother. You got it, my brother. Let's go ahead and get into AEW Dynamite, shall we? If you are familiar with the program, AEW, they have this show called Dynamite that they do every Wednesday. And today they did some things like, that what's it called? The best of 7 between the Elite and the Death Triangle.
Part 3.
It's 2-1 now, right?
I hope so. Shit. They had to win one, right? You would think.
Yeah, man. They came out the gates going Yankee. They came out the gates like how do you say it? Like a ball of fire.
Gangbusters.
And, yeah, man. They messed up the Death Triangle's entrance. I like their entrance. I didn't appreciate that. But they had a pretty dope match, man. Kenny Omega, man. Kenny Omega's great.
Blood. How long before these niggas get tired of this shit?
Well, I'm assuming that the story here is Death Triangle blowing a 3-1 lead. So in 2 weeks that winter is coming, I would assume that Death Triangle is going to pick up another win, and then the Elite come from behind and wrap this all up at the, what is it? I think the second week in January or something like that. G Nation in the chat says Matt Jackson was 06 Dwayne Wade tonight. You feel me? I'm talking about, do you dig it?
Shout out to the fans and everybody for making these memes, the NBA Finals memes on Twitter and everything for the best of 7 series. Because I'm not gonna lie, it got me reinterested in it. And I was like, yo, I don't know if I could stand seven matches, these niggas going back and forth. But then I saw those, I was like, okay, I can hang in here a little bit longer. This is pretty fun.
So the fans are gonna make it exciting for you, not the matches themselves.
Yeah. No, I gotta find a way. To stay occupied. I can only watch so many V triggers, so many super kicks before I'm like, okay, I need to anchor myself to something else.
Vaughn is in the chat spreading agendas and narratives.
Cut it out.
Man, these V trigger greater than Kenny Omega 3. You feel me? Yeah.
Don't do that.
Oh,
hey, don't do that.
Okay. RT Josh in the chat says match 7 got to be a ladder match. What do you guys think about that, Jizzle?
I wouldn't mind that shit. I just want you guys to think about this. I want you to think about that one match that you guys hated over at the other place, and think about watching that match 7 times in a row and see how you would feel. Because I don't mind it. I'm the type of dude that watches the same shit all the time anyway. You know what I'm saying? I like what I like. But think about watching the exact same match 7 times in a row, and then
I love you, Jizzle.
You know how niggas go to jail and they come home and they just still stuck in their jail routine, so they still be watching shit like Maury, shit like Cops, shit like 48 hours, the first 48.
SVU, yo, shout out to Detective Benson and Stabler.
Salute to my guys, man.
Yo.
Nigga said Jerry Springer, bro. That's hella funny.
Yeah, they gotta do it. Hey, salute to Jerry Springer, man. That's the outro, man. Take care of yourselves and each other, man. I got that from Jerry. You know what I'm saying? That's the guy.
Yo, man.
Yo, shout out to them 33 channels that you get
Jerry
from
was
Basic Cable.
like, yo, man. Jerry said, yo, man, I unleashed an evil onto the world. I already know, like, what I did was terrible shit. I'm the reason why all this shit is like it is now on TV. I'm like, you might be onto something, man.
Like, man, I started this show. He said I started this gangster shit, man. And it's the motherfucking thanks I get, man. Hey, Dynamite
Jose
opened.
Luis.
Dynamite opened hot. I'm not gonna hold you. Dynamite opened hot, and I, for one, was like, okay, they got me here. They got me here. Moxley came out and talked about how he was the top of the food chain in AEW, and this ring is his ring, and there's not a man in the back that has the balls to come out here and tell him otherwise. And I was like, damn, I thought you was finna get into William Regal and get back on that. But he was like, nah, once again, you feel me? I just got to let niggas know what time it is. And I got to let y'all know, again, everybody in the back, ain't nobody on my level. Hangman Page returned, and he pulled up. They had a nice little pull-apart brawl.
There you go.
Nice little pull-apart brawl.
Yo.
Where so the story here is Hangman is not cleared to compete. He was there to attempt to get cleared, but they didn't necessarily know the results of what that was at that time. So him coming out and having a whole altercation with Moxley, and then later in the show, I think a segment or two later, they revisited it, and then they were like brawling in the back after they was trying to separate him or whatever. And then I don't know, man. I thought this was dope. I liked it, and I think that this is probably building towards a match at Winter is Coming. You know, a little secondary main event or something like that. Ben, what do you think? Yeah,
I was here for the brawl. I like brawls. I like when they get security out there and they do the pull apart and everything like that. And I did like that when Moxley went down the ramp, he fought like a real person. He wasn't out there just doing like the whole thing. I'm just gonna hit you in the side of the head, wrestling cliche thing, like kind of what he did with CM Punk. It was like, nah, bro. I'm reaching for anything I can grab. I'm reaching for your arm, your leg, all that. And he ran up the ramp to get to Hangman Page. Fell over on the side, got back up and got right back to fighting. People are like, oh my God, he fell. Did you see that? That's so funny. It's probably going to be on the AEW botch thing later on this week. But if you've ever been in a real fight before, you know, when you fall like that, you just got to get up and you got to fight. You got to fight even harder, bro. You got to square up.
You got to fart,
even
my nigga.
more. You got to fart. You got to fart on that nigga. You got to fart on that nigga.
You got to fart harder.
On that nigga. Yeah, you gotta fart harder, bro.
You've been so mad that you get so mad that a little fart come out. You're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
nigga, that shit make you even madder, bro. You be like, yo, this nigga embarrassed me in front of the hoes.
This nigga Ben like Dirk. He said, "Ain't gonna cap. You gonna smell cushion lean when I fart." I said, "All right, bro, you got it, man. Whatever, bro. Whatever you say, my guy. Whatever you say." That's crazy. That's crazy. So no, the pull apart was dope. Again, probably Winter is Coming. Have the rematch. Moxley told this man. He said, "Hey, bro, you sure you want to do this after what happened last time? Matter of fact, do you even remember what happened?" He couldn't even finish the sentence before Hangman put a fist in this man's face. I said, yo, I like that. I'm with it.
That's the energy I like right there. Bring all the energy here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, weren't you concussed last time I seen you because of me? My bad.
Didn't I fold you up right quick, man?
Yo, Hangman, what happened to your mouth?
Hey, that's Moxley being able to say that. Oh no, my bad. That's Claudio. Claudio is the one that lost his whole teeth because of Moxley. So yeah, Moxley carrying that over to AEW and being like, "Yo, what happened to your mouth?" That's crazy. For those of you that don't recall or remember, there was a match between The Shield and it was Claudio Cesaro, of course, and Tyson Kidd. Is Tyson Kidd in this match? Or was this? No, this was the bar.
I think it was the bar.
This is when he was with the bar. This is when he was with the bar. Moxley gave Claudio like a catapult in the corner, and he ended up smacking his teeth on the joint. You feel me? And then he started. You know what I'm saying? It was nasty. It was gross.
It was.
It was bad.
I remember he posted the pictures after. Teeth got shoved up into his mouth. That man had to wear like a bite guard for like 2 months on TV.
Yeah, he still
Shit was
wears it.
gross.
But there was a backstage
He had
segment,
to.
like, yeah, there was a backstage segment, like a couple of weeks later, where Roman says, "Yo, hey Cesaro, what happened to your mouth?" "Oh yeah, you ran into the Shield, didn't you?" I was like, "Yo."
That was like he smacked his mouth on the things when they had like the cameras in them too. When they started putting the cameras in the back of the in the post, they was like, "Yeah, man, we got a great idea. We're gonna start putting those in the back so that way we catch like reactions when the guys climb up on the top rope." I'm like, I don't know what you're expecting to see, but whatever. Yeah, man, it's hit his mouth. Like I think that was like the first month they put him up there.
Yeah, little illuminating boards and shit.
Man, boy.
Niggas start wearing a mouthpiece after that.
They had a couple of matches here. Danielson defeated Dax in a nice little back and forth, little technical, whatever you want to call it. They battled outside the ring. They did the whole roll around. What's the little roll around cradle pin thing? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna clothesline you. You're gonna clothesline me. We gonna chop. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna kick you forearm. Blah, blah, blah. And then we both gonna collapse and everybody's gonna cheer. And they did that whole thing. But nah, they did the little roll around, little cradle pin, and then Danielson actually turned that into the label lock, and he got the tap and he won. They did a little thing at the end of it where Danielson was like, "Yo, let me shake your hand," through the whole code of honor thing, and he faked like he was gonna walk away, and they gave him a hug, and the crowd goes, "Oh my god, it was so great, we loved it, we enjoyed it, it was beautiful."
Oh, you got me, Brian Daniel.
Yeah, man, they did that. Actually, what did they? What's them dudes called? FTR. FTR just teamed with Ricky Steamboat over the weekend at his like return. Final retirement, whatever match again.
Yeah,
that thing.
You know the funny thing about Steamboat returning is Flair asked him to return. Flair asked him to return. He was like, "Nah, bro, I'm not returning. I'm too old. I'm not gonna tarnish my legacy." As soon as that shit was over, he was like, "Yeah, man, now I could really get to work. I just didn't want to work with you." That's all that was.
Yeah, man. That text came in from Flair. Steamboat looked at that. He said, "LOL." Thought he was dead.
LOL. OMG. Thought he was dead.
I gotta chill. All right, stop that.
Shout out to Kevin Nash. He's still tight about that.
Yeah, man. He is a little bit still tight about that. Ricky Starks has entered himself in the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. So he's gonna have like a thing where he's like, "Nah, MJF, I'm coming for everything you got. I'm gonna win the battle royal," because they're doing it different this year. Since MJF has the ring and he has the championship, it's basically gonna be a situation of the winner of the battle royal gets to decide when they face MJF for the ring, not the championship, just the ring.
Oh no! What,
bro? Stop! Like, bro, stop this. Y'all need to change that diamond ring shit into something else, because at first it was just like, yo, this was what people assumed was that this was going to be their mid-card title. But people weren't really feeling it. They're like, okay, well, we'll just make it like a trophy thing. Like, make the diamond ring like FTR. Yo, make the diamond ring like you can cash it in for a championship match. Make it like that. Like, yo, you already got a bunch of other matches like that with the poker chip and all that. Why not just do that with the diamond ring? Like, make it mean something. I know trophy is cool and everything like that, but
I think what they're going to do here is MJF is going to win. MJF is, of course, going to face Ricky Starks at Winter is Coming, right? MJF is going to beat Ricky Starks, But Ricky Starks is going to be the one that wins the battle royal. He's going to do the thing. Like I feel like he's gonna win the Dynamite ring, and then like he's gonna like lose to MJF in the title match, or they're gonna do it the other way around.
You're not turning Ricky
Oh,
Starks
you
into
mean like
Alba
when?
Fire. We're not turning him into Alba Fire when he gets
Oh,
17. When he gets 17
Right.
title shots for no reason. Like, come on, dog.
oh, you mean kind of like when Christian beat Kenny Omega for the Impact World title, and they came back around to the pay-per-view, and then he lost him. So they're gonna do something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. But I guess the opposite way, because their matches in 2 weeks, their singles matches in 2 weeks, and then they would have to double back and do the thing. So I don't know. Ken says so the Diamond Ring becomes the Gift of the Gods title. Yeah. Like Lucha Underground, right?
Yeah,
That's what they said that the AEW women's title looked like. Anyway.
it definitely does. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either. Let's see. Tristan says this shit ain't computing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely
It
don't
doesn't
know.
make sense. I think
Tony.
they wanted just to create a tradition with the Diamond Ring title, and we're like, yo, we really don't have a plan for it
That was
because
a
the
Cody
original
idea.
plan went out. Yeah, it was a Cody idea. And Cody was like, hey man, look, Cody was like, yo, man, we need to do this shit I tried to do in Ring of Honor. Y'all don't need no belts, bro. I got a ring right here. Get it? Ring. We wrestle in a ring. The title is a ring. It totally makes sense, bro. And Ring of Honor said, if you don't get that stupid shit out of here, bro,
get that shit
you don't get the fuck out of my face.
Get that shit the fuck. Get that shit the fuck. You feel me? Let's talk about this MJF thing. Let's talk about this MJF and Regal thing. They had this promo where they were finally going to explain the thing between MJF and Regal and how this partnership came to be. And it all started with an email. I'm getting a little tired of these promos where MJF reads his notes from his phone.
Bro. Look.
This is reminding me of, you remember when The Rock and John Cena were, yes. He's like, I don't got to have my promos written on my forearm, I'm like, bro, I know your notes and your bullet points are in your phone, bro, and you're like, I'm going to read it to you verbatim. Okay, my bad, I'm knocking shit over. So you hit this bullet point, I say this, and then I pull out the brass knucks, and I let them know that I'm serious, and I make them look at the camera, and then I insult the crowd. There you go. I'm like, bro, all right, you got me. But so the story here is MJF got this email from William Regal where he says, Max, you've got a lot to learn, but there's still some things that you need to accomplish, and there's a way that you can do this. So I want you to not use the Dynamite diamond ring, my boy. I want you to use the brass one, as MJF said, not the Dynamite diamond ring, the brass one, which is another play on the brass ring. And he's like, okay, I'm going to be the AEW champion until the bidding war of 2024. And then they unveiled the new AEW World Championship. MJF now has his very own AEW custom championship with the Burberry print on it. It looks disgusting, but they did it. What do you think? Did you see it? How do you feel about it?
Most custom belts do look kind of trash when you look at them at first. Like, I say most. There are some cool ones like the Brahma Bull and everything like that. But like when John Cena put the spinner on the United States title, that shit looked like garbage. When he put that shit on the WWE title, that's the title I grew up looking at. I have a soft spot for that title, but people don't like that one. And same thing with Edge's one. When Edge put the spinner in there, nobody likes those. Custom titles are for the wrestler. They're not for the fans. Yeah. So when he brought out the Burberry, I was like, that shit looked like doo-doo. But I was like, if you like it, I guess. Man,
you like it, I love it.
Yo,
if you like
he got a he be dropping like the little Easter eggs like every promo. When he came out there and unveiled the world title, he was yelling at the fans. He was like, y'all, some of y'all wanted me to be world champion, and now you're booing me. And then he called the fans fickle. You remember a man who had a custom title who called the fans fickle? Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, he called out his list of possible opposers or possible opponents. Guys like Ricky Starks, who he has a match with in 2 weeks at Winter is Coming. Fake tough guys like Eddie Kingston, and then he said fake wrestlers like Bryan Danielson, and so I'm assuming I got excited. I'm not gonna hold you. I got excited when he said fake wrestlers like Bryan Danielson, because in my opinion, I started to assume, and pardon me for assuming Tony Khan, but I started to assume that the plan is Bryan Danielson and MJF at the Chase Center in San Francisco at Revolution, and I said, "Ooh, that's something that I can. That's something that I can get with." That's a match that I can pull up for, that's something that I might spend a little couple dollars on, just to see. So I'm not going to hold you. I like that. So here's the meat and potatoes of the situation. MJF says this whole thing was a ruse, and now him and Regal are on the same page. And technically he actually forgot, I guess, to really thank Regal and let him know, how much he looks up to him. And he goes, you've sacrificed so much for this business, and I just wanted to let you know from the bottom of my heart. He walks behind him and punches this man in the back of the head with the brass knuckles. And so there you go. You get the double turn, the double twist. I'm really the devil. Now you on your back, I'm in the car. You on the ground trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Yo, shout out to William Regal for falling on command like a Family Guy character with his hand behind his back and everything like that. I was like, this is perfect. And the other thing, like, remember on the post show when I said that Jey Uso and Sami Zayn are Omar and Brother Mausen?
Yeah.
That was really William Regal and MJF.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen The Wire, you know how it ends. Like, yeah, this is how it ends. So
yeah, go ahead, please.
So I was with this because as much as I would like to see them, cut promos in tandem, have William Regal walk out with MJF and like be his hype man, everything like that. Like, that'd be cool, but he doesn't really need it. And quite honestly, his talents and everything like that could be used other places on the show. Like, if you're not going to have him on TV, which I think they're taking him on TV, I think they're taking him off TV right now. You can use him to like play the role that he did in WWE, have him be a scout, have him go out there and look at talent, have him coach some of these younger people through like promos and what we're going to do with storylines and feeling them out more. Like, he could be an asset wherever you put him. Like, he doesn't necessarily have to be on TV. So if this is a way to get him off of there, I'm with it. And I think this week William Regal was kind of in the news. Dave Meltzer had said that he had only signed a year contract with AEW, and then later on he ran it back and said that he had signed a 3-year deal. Now that he has 3 more years left on his contract, so he signed a 4-year deal. And honestly, that is great for Tony Khan for signing that 4-year contract with him, because like, he can do a lot. He can do a lot of good with them in that time frame. And I'm sorry, it's brother Muzone. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Let me block for you real quick on a fact check. It was 3 years was the deal.
Oh, it was 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years
Okay,
was
cool.
the deal. So technically he would be almost 1 year in. I don't know if there's this idea of a 1 year and like an out clause like that whole Rey Mysterio had a couple of years ago with the WWE, 18 months in, and if he wasn't feeling it, he could dip. I don't know if this is that particular situation, but I do know that over the last couple of days there has been a lot of speculation whether or not William Regal is going to be sticking around AEW, or if this whole thing is just going to be a way to get him off of TV. I was trying to figure out, like, if that's the case, why would Tony Khan do this whole thing with pairing him with MJF, knowing that he's getting ready to exit stage left? This situation here tonight with MJF attacking him and him being carted off on a stretcher and being wheeled out, to the hospital or whatever, with Bryan Danielson crying again. I think that leads to more of the speculation. My daddy. Well, yeah, I think that leads a little bit more into the speculation. So I don't know where Regal goes from here if he does stick around with AEW. I can't necessarily see why he would go back to WWE right now, other than to like manage Charlie Dempsey, his son. But
but I would see how this would go if Vince was still in charge. Like, I can see him having that 1 year out and telling Tony Khan, yo, I got to go back and look out for my son if he was offered that deal to come back. I can see him doing that. But I think he has enough trust in Triple H as a mutual level of respect where he knows, like, he's not going to be petty and bury his son just because he has an issue with William Regal not coming back. You see, like, he acknowledged William Regal on Twitter and posted the whole video of him saying war games and everything like that. There's nothing but love between him and Triple H. And I think Triple H understands, like, he needs to go out here and do this and kind of help build up that next generation. And, I don't doubt that William Regal will go back once this deal is over. But I think that Triple H understands he wants to stick it out. He wants to go over there and do something that he hasn't done in a long time. Mm-hmm. And that's like help wrestlers outside of that WWE bubble.
I feel that. Tristan. He's on Mr. All Days Off. He's on NXT. He's got this "I'm a real wrestler" gimmick type thing, of course, and he's funking with Andre Chase in them.
Yeah.
And Chase
looks like if you want to, like, what's his name on there? But he looks like a young Kenny Omega.
But the Deep South Wrestling, or DSW, is that what it was? Like one of them territory things that WWE had before Kenny Omega popped. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, the guy with the big curly fro. Yeah, Mr. All Days Off. That's the guy.
Bailey Matthews.
Well, there you go, Bailey Matthews. Salute to AR Fox. AR Fox is now officially All Elite. He did get the official graphic earlier before the show, and he had a match with Samoa Joe for the TNT title, which he lost, of course, but it was a good showing and a nice little way to showcase AR Fox in a singles capacity, to debut him on Dynamite. I thought that was dope. In addition to AR Fox's Dynamite debut, Willow Nightingale picked up her first singles win on AEW Dynamite against Anna JAS, and they had this whole thing where, like, Anna had the advantage, of course, at the early on. As soon as Willow started getting the edge, Tay Mello, my bad, she got involved, caught a forearm, and then Willow used the Dr. Bomb to pick up the win against Anna. After that, Ruby Soho. Ruby popped back up and she beat the dog shit out of Tay Mello. So she enjoyed a nice, healthy couple servings of an ass whooping. You feel me? She went back for seconds. You feel me? I mean, Thanksgiving was a week ago, but she was like, nah, let me get some more of that. And so I was like, okay, cool. But Ruby's back.
Still have leftovers?
Yeah, man. She still got leftovers. Somebody need to tell her what Ply said about the timeline.
You still eating leftovers a week later, you're a sick person.
I feel that.
I'm sorry, his name Charlie Dempsey.
There you go. Yeah, Charlie Dempsey should join Imperium. He's a perfect fit. Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't be mad at that. But
Why?
like,
Because he
it.
got a different accent? Huh?
Ooh.
Is that why? Just lumping all the white people together with different accents? You are who said that? J Champ.
Damn.
I thought better of you. I thought better of you.
That sounds bad, J Champ. I almost rolled with you, but
Let me tell you, when I saw Cole Cabana,
I'm just saying when I when I saw Cole Cabana. That's crazy. What else happened on Dynamite real quick before we get up out of here? Jade had the whole celebration. She came out looking amazing. As the timeline says, when you go to the Enemies P3, make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. God is in the blessing business, of course. And she looked great. She looked amazing. She said Kiera Hogan is trash. I kicked her out the baddies because I do what I do, and this is my shit. If y'all got a problem with it, step. Red Velvet and Layla didn't go nowhere. And then Bow Wow popped up on the screen. So Bow Wow makes his second AEW appearance, saying that he's once again going to see Jade Cargill soon because now he's off tour and he's got the time to pull up. So Bow Wow gonna pull up with Kiera Hogan, and that's gonna be the next challenger. And
I think that's the way, because I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, is he gonna challenge for the TBS title? I was like, how are we gonna spin this? I was like, he is kind of like in the height and weight range to face Jade Cargill for the title, and I don't know, but getting Kiera Hogan and having her show up and fight Jade and everything like that, that'd be, I guess that's a cool way to get him into that position. I honestly don't know if we'll see Bow Wow wrestle, to be honest with you, because he's kind of like, he hasn't really said anything about wrestling. He's like, yeah, I'll pull up. I'll pull up whenever y'all want me to. Hey, y'all want me to take a bump? All right, man, we got to talk about that. I only know one kind of bump, and it ain't this.
Man, I feel that. I'm with you. Bow Wow with his twin little mama versus Jade. Yeah, the two of them make one. So we'll see what happens. Somebody in AEW decided to pull all the rappers that were popping when Free and AJ was on TV on Dynamite. That is hilarious. 106 and Dynamite. That's crazy.
Oh man, it's crazy.
106 and Dynamite is wild, man. Hey, Keek said it's a BT AEW. You feel me? So that's what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Rap City, the basement. There you go. That's Dynamite.
You remember when
I really missed anything else?
Remember 106? You remember 106 in Park was dying, and they were like, "Yeah, let's call in Bow Wow to have him save the show." They brought him back, and that shit still got canceled.
Nah, it got canceled after he stopped. There was another host after Bow Wow too, though. Terrence J. Nah,
they brought it. Okay. So after Terrence and Roxy left.
Nah, it was Bow Wow, right?
So
it was Bow Wow
after Terrence and Roxy left, they brought in 3 new hosts to replace them. Yeah. They brought in 3 new hosts to replace them.
Oh, yeah, because they had Jalissa there and all types of shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
It was like, these guys ain't working. We got to bring in Bow Wow, and it was like, this ain't working.
Hey, Bow Wow has a new show on BET. It's like Happily Ever After or something like that. Like when you like get divorced and you like, it's like a show where like you get divorced and you pick your ex-partner's next partner, and there's some weird shit like that. I could be explaining.
Oh, I seen a commercial for that.
I could be be explaining it all types.
It's something weird like that.
Yeah, they doing something crazy. They doing some shit like that. Let's see.
It sounds like a Tyler Perry game show.
Yeah, it really does. Ben, would you like to get the question of the week ready, please, sir?
Yeah.
In addition to what happened with Dynamite, as you pull that up, sir, they did also say, I guess Soraya's got an interview with Renee Paquette on Rampage on Friday, and then to counter program that Britt Baker decided that she's gonna book Jamie Hayter a interview with Tony Schiavone next week on Dynamite. So that's gonna be the thing. Yeah. So there we go. That's that. Congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our night review. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go ahead and switch over to the question of the week, man. Let's go ahead and do that one time for the one time. Ben, it's all you, brother.
All right.
Nah, bro, hold on.
Question of the week was. All right. It wouldn't be right without. It wouldn't be right without the music.
Of course.
Okay. Question of the week was: with the Royal Rumble right around the corner, who are your early male and female picks to win it all? I'm gonna kick it off with Pal Ross. Shout out to him at
Let me go ahead and share the screen,
Amanacart 617. Yeah,
I don't know where that is.
on the
Let me
quoted
get that,
ones.
brother. Okay.
It's
on the
quoted
quoted joints. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, which one? Who are we
He
doing?
says Pal Ross.
Oh, JK.
He says Cody and Sasha. Shout out to right above that one. Shout out to Portland Prophet. He says Cody and Charlotte. That's interesting. All right. Moving right down the line in the replies. Shout out to Amante. Amante says Rhea Ripley and Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins for my second pick. It's cheating, bro. I said 2. Shout out to Ken. Ken says, I know Cody is obvious pick, so I'm going to say Seth. Women's Royal Rumble could be anyone. Shout out to DJ Lee 9. They say Cody on the return and Becky for night 2 Mania rematch. I'm not mad at it. Let me go down through here. Shout out to Hot Rock Hudson. They say men's 100% has to be Cody unless he's not cleared. Although if they have The Rock, I guess technically they could have him win it. Women's, I go Rhea unless they got to do Rhea Beth at Mania. Then Charlotte to set up her Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania. Hey, look, I hope Rhea wins the Women's Royal Rumble because I am not trying to see Rhea versus Beth Phoenix. Let this storyline die. I don't need to see Edge anywhere near Judgment Day for the foreseeable future. That shit is over. I was happy when it was over. I celebrated when it was over. No more. No more. I'm like Angela Bassett in Jackson the American Dream. No more. CJ. Yo, CJ upset. I'll leave that nigga alone. Shout out to JJ Champ 15. They posted the gif of The Rock and Charlotte. And Charlotte's posting pictures this week of her ring gear. I don't know. She might be coming back. Shout out to Eric Idle at the Eric Brandt NYC says men's Cody, women's Becky. Let me skip on down the line. Shout out to Dan Niles Wrestle. They say Cody and Rhea Ripley. Definitely just gonna read a couple more of these. Here's an interesting one. BLE8319 says Sami Zayn and Selena Vega. And do you have any from the Instagram?
No, sir.
Oh, nigga didn't post it up over there. Lazy.
Bro,
The
you
champ does not
posted shit
approve.
17 minutes before the show, my nigga. What are you talking about?
Hey.
What are you talking about? That's the question of the week. Y'all talking about, do you feel me? Do you dig me?
Hey.
Everybody
It
got
wasn't 17
questions
minutes before the
and
show.
answers.
It was 17 minutes after the show started. Get it right.
My bad. I apologize. I messed that up, y'all.
There you go.
Of course, I was I don't know. I'm asking a lot of questions about the words that I'm saying here tonight. Anyways, next, they had that press conference after War Games, right? They had that press conference where Triple H talked about gimmick pay-per-views and like the speculation going on with like what's going to happen with matches like Hell in a Cell or Money in the Bank or Elimination Chamber and stuff like that. And I guess he kind of clarified the situation by stating more so of a situation where it's like, yeah, we can imagine like Hell in a Cell, of course, going back to being what it originally was and like the blow off of like a blood feud or something that was like really personal or high tension or whatever. And in this particular case, it's like, well, having that every June or every October kind of doesn't necessarily give the importance that that match, should command. So he can see and imagine, I guess, a world where we're probably going to see something like it returns to that form, but for matches like the Elimination Chamber or matches like Money in the Bank, in storyline, like it wouldn't necessarily make sense for the blood feud to blow off in the sense of, "Ooh, I'm so angry at you, I'm going to challenge you to a match versus you and 5 other people." And so I get that, but for sure, I think matches like Hell in a Cell, matches like TLC, or even matches like War Games, we shouldn't necessarily have to have those shows and those matches every year at the same time and have that be the reason for when these like certain match types and like blow offs happen. What do you think?
I completely agree. I think when they decided to make the Hell in a Cell its own pay-per-view and Money in the Bank and TLC and everything like that, it took the steam out of it. It made it feel like, okay, this is just a thing that they're putting on around this time. Like for the Hell in a Cell, sometimes you have rivalries that have only been around for like a month. And it's like, why are we going into a structure that's designed for like hating each other? Like, yo, we just like are fighting over a title for like, yo, we're not beefing or nothing like that. It's not anything like in depth. It's not like I hate your guts, like is what that was based off of. But I definitely think it killed those matches a little bit. And when you see them pop up at different shows, it does feel like a big deal. Like when Seth went up against Edge at Hell in a Cell that time in Saudi, like it felt like it was a big deal because they had enough history in that rivalry to warrant a Hell in a Cell match. And I feel like there are some gimmick things that you can keep around, like Elimination Chamber. I feel like that could stay where it is. I don't think you really need to move that. The Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber are my 2 to stay. And obviously, Survivor Series. But the rest of them, you can put Money in the Bank back at WrestleMania. You can have the Hell in a Cell match as a floating match. It doesn't bother me.
I agree with that. I think with the gimmick matches like Elimination Chamber, I think that one you still kind of like I would imagine that like Triple H said, maybe we could see some movement of when these things happen. Like you don't necessarily like, oh, okay, boom, it's February, so we got to do Elimination Chamber, or boom, you feel me, it's October, so we got to do Hell in a Cell. You know, like we could see these match types kind of move around. I think Elimination Chamber is one of those ones that probably should move around, and I think in the sense of like I'm not necessarily a fan of like having a men's war games and a women's war games on the same show, or like a men's Hell in a Cell and a women's Hell in a Cell, or a men's elimination chamber and a women's elimination chamber. I feel like those types of situations can happen elsewhere during the year and be separate from each other, but still hold the same weight.
Yeah, like we said it on the Survivor Series post show. I'm not opposed to having the men and the women's war games on the same show. I'm not opposed to having just one or the other, but either way, regardless of whether you do one or both, it needs to make sense. Like I said, I didn't really feel like the women's war games match had like the steam going into it to warrant that match. I feel like it had lost a lot of steam and they were just biding time to get to that Survivor Series match so they could have that. Like it felt like it had kind of died off like weeks upon weeks before that when Bianca took on Bayley for the Raw Women's title. I felt like that really could have been the end of it, but I know that they wanted to have both of those matches at the same time. I get it. I'm not really a big fan of it, but ultimately I think like if you're going to do that style of match, it should have steam going into it and a good story.
I feel you. Fred in the chat says Bobby Lashley, I think, should win the Royal Rumble. We'll see what happens there. Mr. All Days Off did have a question for us. I do want to visit real quick. He says, I got a question for y'all. Should they bring back the Slammy Awards in December since there is no pay-per-view? What do you think? Should they bring back the Slammy Awards? Should they do the Slammies? Jizzle, should they do the Slammies?
That's so frustrated. Yo,
No.
shout out to Jizzle.
No Slammies. Okay, I got you. I'm sorry. Jizzle hates your idea. I think he kind of hates everything right now, but it's all good. It's all good.
I don't blame him.
As we close out this one, Monte says Elimination Chamber used to be at Survivor Series, I think. Then at New Year's Revolution. Yeah, they had one at Survivor Series.
Once, nigga. Then it was
That's
SummerSlam.
the debut.
Yeah. That was the debut. Let's see. Ken in the chat has a question here. He says, since the Miz, Loomis, and Gargano thing is over for the moment, you're gonna ask Ben what he thought about the story. Yeah, Ben was an advocate for this story when it first started, with the way Dexter Loomis was popping up and the different ways that they were doing all of that. How do you feel about it now that it's over, or that it seems to be, moving on to the next stage of both of them, I guess?
When it came to this rivalry, I was excited in the beginning. I was like, oh man, they got Dexter Loomis back. They're doing something cool with him. The way that they did it in the beginning, they made it look like he was an actual person who was jumping over the ring, like and trying to get in the ring and attack somebody. It looked cool. But as time went on, my God, they left this shit out. They left this shit out, and it started to stink. And it took them too long to capitalize on it and give the ending for it. And it's like, now that we're at the end, and Dexter Loomis has his contract and he's handing out the money to the kids. He got this kid holding $100 bill up to the light to see if it's real, all that kind of shit. Yeah, that was cool, but I honestly don't care anymore. I'm at the point where it's like, yo, you waited too long to capitalize on it, and now I don't give a fuck anymore.
I feel you. I feel you. Well, let me ask you this: do you care about the man of the people? Because Becky Lynch returned last
Yo, gotta
Friday on SmackDown, and she was revealed as the final member of the War Games team for Bianca Belair, with Alexa, with Mia Yim, with Asuka, and they ended up winning when Becky Lynch climbed up to the top of the cage and delivered a leg drop to the tag team champions, Io and the Coldest, and she ended up getting a pin for the match. And yeah, now she's back. Becky Lynch, the man. The man comes around.
I I think having her be announced on SmackDown was the smartest choice because, like we said last week, if you would have brought out anybody else in Boston, played up that suspense and everything like that,
Mhm.
and it wasn't Sasha Banks, it would have been fans angry online, fans angry in the arena. I think only to a certain point because I'm not gonna lie, Becky Lynch is like their top female star in the last however long. So the backlash wouldn't have been that much, but there still would have been kind of a disappointment. And I'm with this whole thing of them inserting her into this rivalry with Bailey right off the back. It's a smooth transition on from Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch can not Becky Lynch. I'm sorry. Bianca Belair can go on and do her thing. You got Becky Lynch out here with the continuing the 4 horsewomen rivalry and everything like that. So I'm not mad at it.
Ken says Becky Lynch really got a random fan over during the Raw opener. Bobby? Salute to Bobby.
Shout out to Bob.
Yeah, she said because Bailey said Bob sucks and or something like that, and she was like, Bob does not suck, and then she went out there and went crazy with him. All the shit. That was cool.
I was also
hmm?
I also like the whole like the brawl that they did in the backstage area, not in the backstage area, but like out where they have the concession
Through the
stands and everything
concourse.
like that, and the t-shirts and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was rolling with that too.
Yeah, that was fire. You mentioned Ronda Rousey. There was a certain hashtag
God.
that was trending this week with Ronda Rousey's name
I
attached to it.
shouldn't
So I
laugh.
kind of wanted to get your opinion on this whole fire Ronda Rousey movement that people were trying to get off. This is after the match that she had with Shotzi at War Games was pretty much panned as, you know, not great by a lot of fans and a lot of viewers. But people were upset, and they started to push this fire Ronda Rousey thing. Please, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think saying that the match was not great is the nicest thing that you can say about the match itself. People are blaming Ronda Rousey for that match and for the way that it looked and for the way that it went down, especially over that DDT spot on the apron, the little move that Shotzi went for, and Ronda was like, "Nope, not doing that. I'm definitely not doing that." Everybody was on her about it. Oh, you made Shotzi look bad. You should have sold it, posting clips of other people selling that same move. And I just want to be the first person to tell you, if no one has already told you, that move looks awful any way that you do it. I saw the clip that y'all posted of Bianca selling that move for her in NXT, and God bless her heart, but that looks horrible, bro. I've seen like people are posting a couple other clips. Yeah, even when it's sold right, it still looks horrible. But as for Ronda, I can't cut her any slack anymore. I'm not saying like, yo, just fire her or whatever because she hasn't really done anything. I'm saying like you might want to take the title off her and focus around some other people, but it's kind of hard to do that when you have all your female stars on Monday Night Raw. I think they need to kind of like to send somebody over to SmackDown. I think you need to get into that spot where you're just like, yo, we gotta move the title off of her, whatever. Even if you gotta just move it back to Liv Morgan, do something, because she is not good at holding this championship. And I'm really not interested in anything else that she has to do with Shayna Baszler. Like we said before, they have chemistry probably off camera, but when they get on camera, it's the most awkward shit you will ever see in your entire life. Like, Ronda isn't necessarily bad. She just shouldn't have a leading role in that division, because I get you're trying to experiment with people like Shotzi Blackheart and give them their opportunities against Ronda Rousey. That would be good if Ronda Rousey was that type of anchor, that type of ring general that could carry these matches, but she isn't. She's not at that level of a Sasha Banks, of a Charlotte, where they can get in the ring with someone who's kind of clunky and,
kind of guide them.
Not on the level, kind of guide him through the match. Like, she's not guiding anybody through these matches, because sometimes it feels like she doesn't necessarily know where she's going her own self. Like, in regards to this whole fire Ronda Rousey, trending thing or whatever, I don't think they should necessarily fire her, but I do think they should take the title off her, because it's not working.
Yeah. I think that people are doing a lot when they say that she should be fired. Like, that's a lot. There's a lot of people on this roster that offer nothing to the extent of what Ronda Rousey offers, even if, like, there are some improvements that she can and should make in ring and, on the mic, and I guess shit all around. But but I don't think that she deserves to have people calling for her job. I do understand that some people are upset, as I think it was Mr. Who was it? Was it J Champ and G Nation saying people are upset about her asking for Brian Kendrick to be brought in to help produce her match with Shotzi. And I mean, if that match is anything of the work that he helped produce, then I can't imagine that he would be getting any more work with the WWE anytime soon. But in addition to that, it appears that him and Jason Jordan produced that match in tandem together.
Yo, shout out to Jason Jordan and everything that he does, but like, bro, you gotta answer for your crimes, dog. and bringing back Brian Kendrick to produce this match, it's not a good look in regards to like the match not being good, but it's also not a good look as in like, yo, this man was saying some wild shit about the Holocaust and his little conspiracy theories and everything like that. And I still think that shit should still be taken seriously. It's not like he was just like, yo, just saying something like small or whatever. Like, nah, bro, this nigga was wilding. Y'all gotta get him out of here.
He was being
like it, like if it got to if it got to a point where AEW was like, yo, man, hired and fired him the same night, and y'all like, well, Ronda wants us to bring him back, we should bring him back. Like, I get it. That's the guy who like trained her and helped her wrestle, but still, you gotta think sometimes, bro. You can't always be sympathetic and be like, well, that is the person who helped them get into this business. Like, sometimes you just gotta tell people no, bro. Sometimes you just gotta flat out say no. And I get it. People want to, I get it. Triple H wants to be the fun uncle that's like, yeah, man, you want ice cream for dinner? Yeah, let's do that. Like, no, sometimes you gotta tell them, man, take your little ass to bed, bro. Fuck out my face.
Right. Last thing I'll ask you before we move on here, Mr. All Days Off says Ronda and Shayna win tag gold and defend against Sasha and Naomi at Mania. What do you think about that? Because you said take the title off of Ronda. maybe move them to the tag division and do something different there?
No,
No.
no, I don't want to see that either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Holiday stuff. I don't want to see that either.
I'm not opposed to that. I'm definitely not opposed to moving them to the tag division and have them run
That's good
roughshod
because I am.
over. Because it's like, what do people want to see with the women's tag division? If like every idea that they try to give us, I mean, it's not an idea that they've tried to give us, but you feel me? I just like, damn, like I feel like nobody likes any idea with the women's tag division.
Yeah,
But that's that.
it feels
That's
like
for
that's
another
the time.
show. That's for another time. Elsewhere on Raw, they started to, I guess, continue. They didn't start to, but they continued to lead towards what seems to be Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble, when Kevin Owens defeated Jey Uso in the main event of Raw. There was a report earlier this week that apparently there may have been a little bit of backstage heat after War Games, considering a particular spot that I guess was unplanned, and Roman Reigns was frustrated or upset with one Kevin Owens for slapping this man in the face.
Hey, shout out to Fightful for reporting that. Yeah, that was the word that he came that slap ruptured Roman Reigns' eardrum, and when Roman Reigns went backstage, he was furious. He was upset with Kevin Owens for doing that because they hadn't gone over it. And to be quite honest with you, that's the best possible thing that could happen in this type of situation, is that they just yelled about it backstage and they just hashed it out back there. I know that we found out via other means because everybody who sees some shit right now is telling somebody and it gets around. That's just the era that we live in. But this is the best possible situation that could come out of this. That they didn't fight backstage after it. And they didn't go out on the press conference and drag each other's name through the mud. They didn't get on social media and shit talk each other or anything like that. They handled it backstage like two professionals. And some people were speculating that Roman would try to call off this rivalry as a result of that slap. But I think we're kind of taking things too far on that. Roman, I don't see him as the petty kind of guy to be like, yeah, I'm not trying to work with this guy because of that slap, because of that move. And I don't see Triple H as the guy who would honor that request had it come down the line of like, okay, well, I don't want to work with Kevin Owens anymore because he slapped me and it ruptured my eardrum. Triple H, I don't really see him as that type of guy to like take him out of that position, especially since Kevin is one of his guys. He might have done that shit, 10, 15 years ago, but I don't see him doing that shit now, especially when he's trying to build a good rapport with that backstage. But I think this adds a little fuel to the fire of their rivalry. I think it'd be cool if they kind of like talked about this or added it to the story. I don't know.
They're saying that the idea of the story, they, quote unquote, they are saying that the idea of this story is to continue this on through, I guess, what would be Elimination Chamber in February, which is in Montreal. And at that point, it would either be a situation where I guess maybe Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn reunite and decide to go up against the Usos, or maybe that's a situation where that fateful night, Sami Zayn becomes the number one contender to the Universal WWE Championship.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Is Kevin Owens the good guy in this whole rivalry? Is he the good guy in the situation?
Yes.
Because realistically, I don't see it that way. Kevin
Talk to me.
Owens.
Why not? Okay.
Kevin Owens is future.
Paint
Kevin
the
Owens
picture.
is toxic. Kevin Owens is a toxic ex that sees you doing well. They see you posting up pictures on Instagram. You're back in the gym. You got a new job. You know, you got a new car. Life is treating you well. You have someone new in your life, and they can't stand that. So what do? They come back and they say, hey, big head, what's going on? Why? And they send you these text messages in the middle of the night. Why didn't things work out between us? Why? I feel like we had something special there. And then when they can't get you to leave that new person that you're with, they can't give you to give up your happiness. They come back and they say things like he said on Monday. He was like, yo, man, look, I don't want nothing to do with you no more. I don't want to ride the shows with you no more. I don't want to eat catering with you no more. And I don't want to have nothing to do with you. They try to guilt trip you. That's what Kevin Owens is. You know that picture of Future where he's doing like the meme where he's on the phone, he's sending a text message about how I miss you and everything like that. That is Kevin Owens. That is Kevin Owens.
Ratio. LL. Young boy better.
Okay. You know what? I'm sold. I was gonna try to rebut that and debate that one, but I'm sold. I like your explanation way too much. I had nothing other than like facts, So I'm like, all right, not facts aren't as fun as what you just did. So you won. So there you go. Ben just spanked me in a debate like I did to him over the summer with the women's tag title. You feel me? Situation or whatever. But yeah, there you go. He won one. I won one. Maybe we'll face off at WrestleMania in a 1-on-1. Yeah, there you go. You feel me? Hey, your title, my title. You feel me? Unification. That's something. You feel me? We gotta make it work. We gotta make it happen. I don't think I have anything else other than that. Was there something else that I missed there? NXT. I guess we can talk about NXT a little bit real quick. They announced some of the participants in the Iron Survivor match at Deadline. And I guess you're not feeling it already off the bat? It wasn't it?
No, the thing is, the part that I'm not feeling is do you remember when the WWE app was still going, and between commercial breaks they would show you like different like segments and things that you wouldn't see on TV and things like that? That whole picking process where you're sitting around the table and picking who was going to be in that match needed to be on the WWE app. I know the WWE app isn't a thing anymore, but bring it back and put that shit on there because it did not deserve to be on TV whatsoever. You had fucking Road Dogg was out there like after they discussed all of these like good picks when they were like, you get Carmelo Hayes, we should put Grayson Waller in there, and they lost me at Joe Gacy, but they were like, you know who we should put in there now? Road Dogg said this. We should put Von Wagner in there. I was like, get this senile old man the fuck off my TV. I'm not trying to see this bullshit no more.
Well, some of the names that they decided to put in the match are Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, Joe Gacy, as you mentioned, JD McDonough, and there's a wild card match next week to determine the final participant, which could be Von Wagner, it could be Axiom, or it could be Andre Chase. And I think this match is interesting. I think the field could be a little bit more exciting. However, if this is not a match to showcase Carmelo Hayes and have him finally become the number one contender to the NXT title, I don't know what it is, because I don't know.
It really needs to be, because it's like, where do you go from here with this with Braun Breaker for contenders for the title? Because outside of Ciampa, Dolph Ziggler, and Dragunov, he's had really, really, really bad like number one contenders coming after his title. He hasn't had any interesting rivalries outside of, like I said, the Dolph Ziggler and the Dragunov and Ciampa. They kind of ran that kind of long, but still, he hasn't had any good like competitors, and I feel like they're waiting until WrestleMania season to have this match between Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. But I'm like, yo, y'all need to kind of speed up the process, because what y'all are giving, it's too long to wait, because what y'all are giving me with this Apollo Crews Braun Breaker shit, I'm not trying to see that at all. I want absolutely zero parts of that. Give Apollo Crews back the accent, bring Commander Aziz to NXT, run that shit back. I'll take that shit over this any day. Like, giving him that So Raven shit where he has divisions and everything like that. Like, nah, bro, this shit dirt. This shit is ass.
Gross. Monte says if Melo don't win, they got to restart the match until they get it right. I agree with you.
Bro, facts.
The women's match, go ahead.
Where did they go with NXT when they call up Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker? Because they've been carrying that whole show since 2.0.
Dijak.
Oh God. You know what? I'm not gonna hate. He looked pretty good out there. I'm not gonna hate.
Nah, bro, that was your guy when they was doing all the little previews and shit. You was excited for that shit too. You already not feeling it?
I was excited with him when he came out there looking like how he was looking. I was
White
like,
Blade.
okay. Yeah, White Blade. When he came out there looking kind of crazy, I was like, bro, I get the whole thing they're going for. He's like a Terminator Blade, justice kind of vibe. Like, I get what they're going for, but it looked dumb.
He cut his little 1980s promo where he was like, destruction, annihilation, eviscerate. I'm like, people don't fucking talk like this. Like, we got to stop that. That's got to go. That absolutely has to stop. Nobody talks like that. Those are not words that people actually say on a daily basis. It's disgusting.
And he was like, yo, y'all need to, he was like posting a joke on Twitter because his handle is still T-Bar. And he was like, yo, I will give Elon Musk $8 if I could change this name from T-Bar, because T-Bar is ass. And I'm listening to that promo on Wednesday. I was like, you're basically doing the T-Bar shit without the mask and, this get up that you have on now. So what's the difference? What did you really fight for?
Yeah, I don't know, but why can't you just go to your settings and change your fucking handle? Like, just like, are you locked into that? I think it's like, if you're verified, are you locked into that or something like that? I don't know. Anyways, regardless.
Before, I think that doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. The women's Iron Survivor match is Zoe Stark, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, Kiana James. And for that wild card match, it's either going to be Indy Hartwell, Wendy Chu, or Fallon Henley. So at this moment, I'd like to send condolences, T's and P's, and apologies to Jizzle, whose internet connection is having a terrible time this evening. It's not Ivy Nile. And I was almost sold on the thought of Ivy Nile being in this match and winning it all. But they didn't even consider her like at all.
That would have been a lot better than what they have right now.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be in the gym.
It feels like, is this match just going to be in the ring? Or are they going to have like some type of cage, or what are they doing with this?
It's just in the ring, but they have the pods outside of the ring when you go into the pinnacle box.
Okay, so regular King of the Mountain shit. I got you.
Yeah, basically, there you go. Yeah, so that's that. I think since Ivy Nile's not in it, this is Indy Hartwell. Like, I think that's where we're going with
all day.
This. Yeah, so I think that's where we're going with this. I think she wins the wild card and she wins the actual match. But I would have definitely enjoyed seeing Ivy Nile in this match. And I gotta tell the truth, bro. I disagree with you. I really enjoyed the deliberation when they were trying to figure out, who was going to be in the match. I was sitting there like, oh, this is fire, bro. Do more of this. I'm like, this is great. No, I thought it was dope. You feel me? It was like, yo, I rock with Von Wagner. Von Wagner should do it. This nigga X-Pac was like, nah, bro.
Bro, all of them stopped what they were doing and just looked at this man when he said Von Wagner. They were like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Von Wagner.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. That's what they got on NXT going Yankee. To close out, I'll say just a few things here from the chat. Mr. All Days Off says Grayson Waller can easily be the cocky NXT champ. Waller versus Gargano for the NXT title. Mania season is good. Damn, Gargano, like send him back down there. Like he like, damn, nigga, I just got promoted, nigga.
Like, bro, I just got on the main roster. Got my theme remixed by Def Rebel. It sounds horrible now.
All types of shit. David Johnson says Sean thought Zoe was Triple H, so that's why she's in it.
Hey.
Monte says Roxanne Perez could get the W, and Luke says I choked on my water when they all looked at him like that. 100%. And let's see. I think that closes us out for NXT. I didn't care for anything else really on the show, to be honest. But yeah, salute to Odyssey Jones and Malik Blade and Idris Enofe for getting more camera time. But there's absolutely no reason why Von Wagner and Malik Blade should be in a ring together, especially if it's going to be 1 minute and 22 seconds. So there you go.
Man, get him the tag title. Stop playing around, bro.
Man.
I don't need to be Pretty Deadly with that shit. It's ran its course.
Bring Pretty Deadly to the main roster. Just go ahead. We need tag teams, and we got to get the ball rolling. Speaking of tag teams, oh, snap. You know what? I forgot the Street Profits are back. I don't really have a picture of it, but they're back, and, you know, they're ready to do some things. So salute to the Street Profits. That's going, and they're doing their thing. Before we get out of here, real quick, I do want to run through, since Jizzle's not here, not going to do a full P3SPN, but just to keep it all the way funky with you, you know what I'm saying, and to make it complete. What do? We make the cypher your Eagles defeated my Packers. This was not great. Not for me.
Bro.
It's a nice little photo that I saw that was floating around on social media of Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts after the game, and it was just the back of their jerseys, and it said "Love hurts," and I said, you know what? This is pain. This is pain, and I know pain, and love does hurt.
Yo, I was watching this shit, and I had other things to do, so I was, in and out of the room when the game was on for the first quarter at least. So I saw that first touchdown. I come back in the room. I'm like, oh shit, we have 13, nothing? All right, let's go. I leave, come back, 7 on the board. I'm like, okay, I guess, whatever. And when it was what did y'all get up by?
3?
Yeah,
like 3.
I was like,
we didn't really. No, we got up 1 score.
Yeah,
and then y'all double back. My thing was, I think I was texting Amante watching the game actually, and he was like, "How do you feel about the game?" Knowing that, basically like nigga knowing that you just lost to Public Enemy number 1 to this nigga Ben last night. How you feel about this game right now? And I'm like, man, look, we need them to make a couple of more offensive mistakes, and we need some defensive takeaways and turnovers, because there's absolutely no way that we can continue on at this pace and match them blow for blow. You know what I'm saying? Score for score. Like, there's no way. We can't do it. We don't have the firepower to match them with this. If this continues like this, we are going to lose. And that's what happened.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When they put Jordan Love in the game, threw the touchdown, I was kind of worried. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of worried. I was like, oh shit. I was like, yo, it might be a little, it might be in jeopardy because I was looking down at my phone. I was already celebrating. I was in there talking shit. Nobody in particular. I was watching the game with my 2-year-old son who was watching the game. I'm like, yeah, that's how you do it. He don't know what I'm doing. He don't know what's going on, but he's just happy to be there. But I was like, oh shit, he's looking at me like, yo, what's good? What's going on? I look up, touchdown. I said, okay. I'm not gonna celebrate just yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah. Salute to Jordan Love. I thought he did great. When my man's AR-12 when he went down, I was like, okay. I mean, shit. At this point, honestly, like if we're gonna be real, I don't give a fuck about analytics and like the mathematics of we're not statistically eliminated, bro. It's over. So it's like, dog, like you absolutely have to see what Jordan Love has to offer. Like he hasn't been able to like have any consistency with figuring out whether or not it's worth being able to keep him on this roster or not. At the end of the season, you got to make a decision of are you going to like resign this nigga? You gonna trade this nigga? And if you try to trade this nigga, what the fuck has he been able to show to be of value in any trade? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that him being able to get some time here, especially with the last couple of weeks with Aaron Rodgers and his thumb and him not practicing on Wednesdays, Jordan Love's been able to get some time with the ones, and he's been able to kind of get a little bit comfortable out there. He looked comfortable, he looked poised, and he made some amazing throws. He was 6 out of 9, I think. And I thought he did well.
He looked dangerous out there.
Yeah, so
he definitely looked dangerous out there. Like I had to. I was like,
hats
okay,
off,
we're not
man.
out of the woods yet. Yeah, facts.
But at the end of the day, man,
I was kind of.
What?
Yeah.
You gonna give us a compliment? Nah, give us a compliment. You was kind of what? Give us another compliment.
Yeah,
I was like, yo,
I
in trouble, huh?
I was like, yeah. I thought I definitely did think niggas was in trouble, and especially when they was forcing a run with Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a double-edged sword for me when he goes for the runs. I'm like, oh yeah, he knows when to scramble, knows when you see it up the center. I could run for that, get it easy 6 yards, or I could get the easy 3 yards for the touchdown for the first down. That shit's cool, but I don't want there to be a time where the defense for these teams get hip to that shit. Someone clocks him, because I've seen that happen to a one Robert Griffin III, and it didn't go well after that. It did not go well after that, and I don't want that to turn into him, because running quarterbacks are cool. A rushing quarterback is cool, but in all seriousness, it doesn't last for very long. Except if you're Lamar Jackson,
I think Jordan Love might be better than Aaron Rodgers one day. All right, man. So Lamar Jackson told a nigga to eat a dick this week.
Oh my God.
Lamar Jackson told a nigga to eat a dick. We're going to close on this. Lamar Jackson told a nigga to eat a dick this week. And apparently the media is now saying that my man's is promoting anti-gay slurs and things of that nature. I'm like, wait, how did we get here?
I seen an alert come through on my phone, but I was like, yo, what's this? ESPN's quarterback for the Ravens has made what was it? Anti-gay slurs on Twitter to a fan. And I go on there and I'm like, okay, what did he say? This is wild, because I'm like, Lamar Jackson carries himself in a certain way where he's not stupid, to go out there and say something out of the way to put his career in jeopardy, especially, with all this shit with Kyrie and everything going around. He to kind of be careful, walk that tightrope. And then when I got on there and he just told dude to eat a dick, I'm like, bro, What? I'm like y'all just trying to force something. Like it's a slow news day, I guess, and y'all need something to put on here. I get it to a certain point, but also I don't get it because this is wild. You like niggas been saying eat a dick and you dick riding forever, bro. It don't got nothing to do with it don't got nothing to do with homophobia, and it don't got nothing to do with none of that. Sometimes like you don't gotta be homosexual to be eating dick. You don't gotta do that. That's not what that means. And I'm tired of the media bringing over shit, like coming over here and taking our phrases and our slang and everything like that and trying to put a new meaning on it, spin a new meaning on it, because niggas been saying like, yo, you dick ride, you dick eater forever and not had a homophobic bone in their body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the shit's weird, especially coming from ESPN, who is like, yeah, he said that.
Accusations. These are not
That's
accusations.
crazy,
This is
man.
false accusations. And furthermore,
Anyways, man, let's get the fuck up out of here. This has been great. You guys have been amazing. You would have thought he said like the F word or something like that. You feel me? Like I was just like, wait, like that's all he said? It was eat a dick? Like y'all crazy. Anyways, man, chill out. Let's dip though, man. Appreciate y'all tapping into the show. This guy's the new Public Enemy #1. I took the L on that. It's all good. Next week, this will no longer be here. It's just so hard to say goodbye to. All right, anyways. So, yeah, man, we'll catch y'all next week. In the meantime, please make sure you are following on all social media platforms. If you haven't liked and subscribed, we would appreciate that. Any support counts, any support helps. So any likes, any shares, any comments, you feel me, any retweets, and all the love, you feel me? I noticed that some of y'all is like posting your Spotify Wrapped. And I've been seeing us in y'all list and all of that. You feel me? So I do appreciate the love and the support on that. Seeing how much people have been listening to the Public Enemies podcast over the last 365. You feel me? That's crazy. Stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous. Please, please, please be aware that the Patreon is dropping next Wednesday, and you can get Public Enemies merch now at momandpops.bigcartel.com. Use the promo code PE3 for $5 off of your order, $5 off of your purchase. And if you want to follow the squadron, of course, I already gave you the social media platforms. If you want to follow us individually, oh my God, Graham, that's where I'll be at. _dats_me. That's Jizzle. And we'll let the Public Enemy #1 tell you where you can find him.
Yo, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at _SonOfMars_. If you're on Facebook, join the group. If you're on if you want to drop us some money, like Graham said, head over to the Patreon. Head over to the Mom Pops Big Cartel.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Yo, shut up, Ken.
All right, yeah, man. Shut up, man.
Like, yo, you
shady. Don't talk to my guy like that, man.
Hey, if you want to know where to find us everywhere, like go to Twitter, hit the link tree. I'll show you everywhere. I'll show you everywhere we're at. And tune in next week.
Oh God.
See me in a big gold belt.
We got predictions next week.
Hey man, look. I ain't worried about it.
Uh-oh.
I ain't worried about it. Let's get past that little clown NXT show deadline.
See if I could work my magic and win that back at another NXT show and take it to the Rumble. You feel me? Yeah, man. We'll see, man. But In order for you to see that, man, you got to meet us back here next week. Same time, same place, same channel. Beat us here, don't meet us here. You feel me? Stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other. And we out.